involvement, how does that publisher involvement affect the overall story?
Writers, particularly debut writers. I hadn't worked with a publisher before, um, and the genre that I write in has certain expectations from readers. I'm not precious about words. I know that the publisher has the interests of the book at heart. They want to sell books, so do I. I want my story to be enjoyed by as many people as possible. So I found their advice enormously valuable. There was a negotiation. If that's what they suggest, how am I going to get there, and can I do it another way? But in general, there wasn't a whole lot of things lost, just a few things that probably needed to be lost, and a few things that probably needed to be added. It's a balance, it's a give and take, and we're all working for the same thing essentially. So I found the process really constructive. Yeah.
Can you give us a little more insight for authors who are looking to get their debut? It all feels very mystical.
Yeah. And that's probably quite a reasonable assessment. Because, publishing in Australia is a very small industry, and there's not a lot of scope for new writers to come in. It's limited. And But it was a really interesting experience to try to learn how they did it, and it does demystify it. There's logical reasons why the publishers have international expertise. So they know what works, they know what doesn't work. And so it was good to learn those aspects of it, and how things were put together, how your cover came together, those sorts of and the promotional aspects, the marketing aspects, assorted expectations, what was expected of me, what was expected of them, so the different roles, how they came together. It's all a little bit, like you say, a bit confusing and blurry, and because sitting down and speaking to published writers is probably not something that happens that often for people who are writing out there in their lounge rooms and studies and stuff, and so perhaps it's a bit mysterious for them. But yeah, look, it was a good experience.